Hello everyone. Today I'm officially launching my second book, Leadership Condensed Into Four Essentials. For decades I've enthusiastically studied leadership. I started my journey in leadership in my early 20s. I read books on the subject and then applied it in my life. I took notes as I learned from my own mistakes and successes. I also learned from my colleagues and others in leadership. Eventually, I received what I believed to be a breakthrough. 4 pillars for the requirements of leadership stood out to me, and I didn't get this from anyone else. It's my own work. For example, when I visited various work sites, I noticed some who were great in skills of their profession, but were not good at people skills. Others had good people skills, but were not good at planning towards their goal or their vision. Rarely will you find a leader operating powerfully in all 4 leadership essentials. I also noticed that many great books on leadership were devoted to people skills. This is one of the essentials. I call it mentoring, the art of building relationships. This book is short and straight to the point. Every pillar of leadership is explained. It is aimed at being a summary, the essence of leadership. I start by giving you a definition of leadership. Surprisingly, many leaders do not know the precise definition of leadership. Many think it's simply knowing your product or service better than anyone and holding a position of power while giving orders. We'll look at different forms of training for knowing your product or service. I'll show you that it's a leader's responsibility to create an atmosphere where everyone can succeed. Also, great leaders have a belief in their team. They are not afraid that their students or their group will go further than them. I'll show you one study that proves contented people are up to 13% more productive. I have chosen to study 2 world-famous leaders who were outstanding in leadership. I identify the 4 pillars and show you that because they used all of these pillars, they had exceptional results. These 2 leaders were Sun Tzu and Alexander the Great. Many believe that Sun Tzu was a Chinese general, military strategist, writer and philosopher who lived in ancient China. His birth name was Sun Wu. The name Sun Tzu, by which he is commonly known, means Master Sun, a title of honor. He is most notably known for having written The Art of War and an influential work of military strategy. Sun Tzu's The Art of War has influenced warfare strategies for more than 2,000 years. It is believed to be one of the earliest forms of psychological warfare. It continues to be an influential piece of literature in modern warfare, politics, sport, and business. Apparently, although his troops were outnumbered 10-1 in one conflict, he was still victorious. Have a listen to some of his quotes. Treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. And another, a leader leads by example, not by force. Alexander the Great, also known as Alexander III or Alexander of Macedonia, is considered one of the most outstanding military leaders in all of history. His father hired the famous Aristotle to be his private teacher. He studied with Aristotle for 3 years. In 13 short years, he went on to conquer the Middle East, all the way to the shore of the Ganges River of India. He was undefeated in battle. Military academies still use his tactics today. These world-famous leaders were high in emotional intelligence. I'll provide you with a definition and show you why having this quality is essential. For example, did you know that psychologists generally agree that IQ accounts for roughly 20% of the ingredients required for success? The rest depends on everything else, including emotional intelligence. EQ for short. A brief description of emotional intelligence is skill in perceiving, understanding, and managing emotions, both in yourself and in others. I'll give you a historic example of high and low emotional intelligence in the situation of leadership. We'll look at vision and mission statements. I will discuss the difference between the two. We'll have a quick look at 2 current global corporations' vision and mission statements. I will explain how to write your own mission and vision statement. I'll also show you bullying from the leadership of a company I visited on several occasions. Both work sites had the emotional intelligence skills of a drunken sailor. On both work sites, the projects went more than a year over the time budgeted. We'll also have a look at a comparison between tyrants and leaders. A journey to a long, faraway destination requires careful planning. So too with a vision. We'll have a good look at the essential elements of a plan of how to get to what your vision is. The leader must be focused on the vision and must continually progress towards that vision. I will show you the importance of knowing your product or service. This is what gives you the edge over your competition. Thank you for your time. This book is available now on my new website, paulrocker.com. Thank you.